No, I'm not a writer.
Okay.
And here we go. This is Mike Lodge. I am the business advisor. And I'm glad that you're here with me this morning. Do you have a cup of coffee? I got mine. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to start talking. But first, weather report. It's a beautiful day out today. Nice and, well, semi-cloudy as I look up. But it's very beautiful outside. And it's going to be about 70, 75 maybe, if we're lucky. We're at that time of the year when the weather starts changing and begins to warm up. But normally, in the past, when I've been here, May was a warm month. But this month, it's been a chilly month. It's in the 60s right now. So it's at a nice temperature, so I like it. I'm not going to complain about it because it's nice and refreshing when you go outside. Because I know that the hot weather is coming and it could start tomorrow. Who knows? I don't know Mother Nature. She and I we don't have a very good relationship. Yeah, we just don't have a good relationship. Last night, I had worked until about 10 o'clock, and it was a long day. And I sat down and I turned on YouTube because I'm addicted to YouTube. And I will be the first one to admit I am addicted to YouTube. Hello, Michael Lodge. You're an addict. Yes, I'm an addict to YouTube. And I will admit it, really admit it. I was watching these two young husband and wife. And they have 2 children. And they decided to pack everything up and move to Italy. Now, they had been traveling. They had been going around and looking at other countries of where they would like to move, and they chose Italy. And they chose a place that's way out from anywhere. I think it's about 40 minutes to the ocean, and you can see the Italian Alps up just past the house, covered with snow, and it's not snowy time at this moment there, but it's covered with snow. Beautiful place, beautiful farmland. And they bought this old house, an old rock house. Everything's built out of rock, and they're trying to restore it. And they work hard. I mean, they literally work hard. That's a big chore to restore, a 200-year-old house. I mean, that's a lot of work. Really what it is, it's a barn, and they're converting that old barn into a house for their family to live in. So they decided to tell everybody, well, why did we leave the United States? And I was interested to hear this because I tell you, the same thought has been going through my mind. And they sat down and they explained why they were leaving. They felt that you've got two sides of this nation fighting against each other. It's not a civil discourse anymore. Everybody is mad at each other. And so they said, you know what? And not only that, but social media was also one of the biggest things because it was so destructive. Facebook, people were calling each other names. They were doing all this stuff. And they said, enough of this. We want to raise our children in a better place. Now, these are young kids. I'm an old man. And for the past few months, after I've seen what happened with the pandemic, complete disaster. What I've seen happening in our Congress, another big disaster. And what I see happening on Twitter, and everybody's fighting and attacking each other, and we've got leaders attacking each other, and we've got everybody is in this attack mode. And then what I see happening with diversity. this newfound diversity. Now, I want to explain to you one thing. We have equal opportunity laws on the books. We have non-discrimination laws on the book. Everybody is supposed to be treated equal when it comes to work. But we have a new culture of CEOs who feel that they need to include the weather. They have got to include the social issues that face our nation, and they've got to, it just goes on. And all of these big major companies have now decided, okay, we're going to push our political agenda upon the consumer. I've talked to you about this before, so I'm not going to go too far into it. But this is what these two young people, and they said, we don't want this anymore in our lives. We want to be able to go to a place where we can work hard, and they're working hard. I mean, they are rebuilding this house. The total income is from YouTube and GoFundMe pages. And their children are very happy. The husband and wife is very happy. And they said, we no longer have to worry about all of this nonsense because we're in a new country that we don't get involved in anything that's going on. Now, the only problem is, and I've linked this YouTube down below in the storyline of my podcast, is that their problem is that they filed with the Italian government to become residents there. And they cannot leave the country for 1 year. And they wanted to go home for Christmas. They wanted to go home for birthdays. But they can't. Because they've got to stay there and comply with the Italian government, which takes about 9 to 12 months for them to approve any immigration type visa into their country. So they have to sit there and wait. But as they're waiting, they are rebuilding this house. But they miss family. And I went through that in my mind too. If I went there, would I miss all my friends? But then I thought, you know what? You moved to South Carolina from California where all of your friends are and where all of your professional associates are. And you've done, excuse me, I lost my voice. And you've done okay. So Mike, you could probably do it. Now, would I buy an old farmhouse to build? No. Would I? I'm sorry, people, but I am suffering from hay fever because everything is in bloom. Every plant, every tree, everything is shooting out pollen. But I was thinking about these two kids. And I'm thinking, you know what? If they can do it, I can do it too. Because you see, with my work, I can work anywhere in the world. All of my work is done via Zoom or email. All of my consultations and mediations are done via Zoom. My whole telephone system, my whole email system is done through Zoom. So I can be anywhere in the world and conduct my business. So as you watch these two young kids, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm not young anymore, but I can do it if I wanted to do it. I think that in our lives, there comes a time when we just get fed up. You know, we get fed up with everything that's going on around us. It doesn't mean we don't love our country. It's just that we need something fresh. Something that is going to revitalize our lives. Getting away from all of the shenanigans of politics and all of the economic issues here. It's tempting, isn't it? How many of you out there have thought about this thing about moving away from the United States? Not because you don't love your country. No, I love my country. But I'm beginning to wonder, this is my own personal thought, do I need a change? Do I need a different view on this world? Do I need to go to a place where I can meditate and have a new spring of life? I'm wondering, can I do it? Can you do it? Would you do it? Would I do it? I've looked. And I looked at homes for sale in various villages in Italy. And you can still get something between 68 and 150 euros. And it's very nice. Very maintained, very well taken care of. And you're in a village. You're in a community. And I think that's probably one of the worst things about the United States at the moment. If you're on this side or you're that side, you're in your communities. If you're a conservative, you're in your conservative community. If you are a leftist, you're over into your leftist community. And those are the people that you communicate with. You don't venture over into the other side. So you look for a place to move where there is a sense of real community, real something going on in that neighborhood or that little village or that church. You look for that sense of community. Is there here in the United States? In certain parts of the United States, yes. I love it here in South Carolina. I never follow the local news. I never follow the national news. I follow the news that it pertains to business and the economy. Those are the only two things. I don't want to hear about tabloid stuff. I don't want to hear about people fighting back and forth. I just want to hear what is going to affect me and what's going to affect you, especially when I'm doing a podcast about business. So watch the video below and see where they're living and see what they're doing. It's a new adventure. And I think each and every single one of us at some point in time needs a new adventure. And we all go out looking for that. My adventure is completing my bucket list. And I have 2 bucket lists that I have to complete before I do anything or go anywhere. And that is to finish my number 1 bucket list of visiting all 50 states. I have 16 more states to go, and I have done all my 50 states. And my second thing is to do the Great Loop. And if you don't know what the Great Loop is, Google it, and you will see what it is. It's literally going around in a circle around a certain portion of the United States by boat with other loopers. Another community. So, change is something that is important in our lives. Because if we're in a rut, if we're doing the same thing every single day, and if we're not expressing our life through either travel or adventure or exploration, trying something new, being in a new place, I think it's important. And I think that's why so many Americans, because of the pandemic, we have been stuck. It's time to get unstuck. That's my view today. That's my podcast. Listen, if you would like to sit down and have a consultation with me, you can go to my website at www.lodge-co.com. And if you have a business question, you can send it to me at thebusinessadvisor@gmail.com. Everybody go out and have a great day. June 1, 1st of June, summertime. Talk with you soon. Bye-bye.